Hello guys, it's time for another Let's Play episode. For those of you who saw the last episode, this setup might look a bit familiar to you. This is what I use to hold the villagers while trying to set up a village. And this is the setup that I'm going to use again while I do the same thing. So, this time I'll be setting up a village here. This is a 19 by 19 little area that I marked out. This is where we're going to catch iron golems and have them go to the middle to fall down. I just set this up pretty quickly, set up a track connecting to the village we built in the last episode. That way we can simply grab the guys in a cart, push them over, and start building the village. So yep, building another village this time, but this time the intent will be to actually make an iron farm. Ooh, zombie. We'll actually be making an iron golem farm to use, produce some iron with it, not just experimenting with getting the village to set up. I just wanted to see if I could, better be careful, I don't want to punch the guys in here. Just wanted to see if I could get them to actually, do their spawning stuff here. That's not gonna work. And make sure I understood what was actually happening. So that's the purpose of this village, which I will leave here just because it's safe for the villagers here. It's blocked off. Zombies shouldn't be able to get in. But yeah, let's see if we can get some villagers in the cart. We just need 2. Let's push this guy over. Yep. They should go in there. They should go through there without any problems. He suffocated on something, but he went through. He's on his way. I'm going to push him along. Get him in that hole. But anyway, while I'm doing this episode, I figure I can talk about some things. So, what's been going on? Well, we're still in 1.4.6 here. I have been playing the snapshots a lot, mostly in creative with the JL server crew. All kinds of stuff that we're doing with the new snapshots. But I'm not using them here because there are a few bugs that I just don't want to introduce, and also just not quite ready for it yet. But I probably will do that soon, maybe the next snapshot or two, depending on how stable they are. I'm assuming they're going to get more stable as things progress. So hopefully within a few snapshots I'll be in the new one as well. So go ahead, villager. Yeah, so that's all the snapshots. Let's see, what else can we mention? There are other videos that other series that I was doing that I haven't gotten around to updating. So there's the Liao and Kabo, the one I play with my brother. That's just because we've had a lot of trouble syncing up our schedules and actually getting something together. He's pretty busy around the holiday season. So basically since the beginning of November until even a few weeks after Christmas, because of all the Christmas sales and stuff, he's been pretty busy, so haven't really had time to do much with him. Actually, the other day we were going to play, but I wasn't feeling well, so I canceled. But should be picking up that again soon, so hopefully we'll see more of Liao and Kabo building our little castle thing, whatever we were doing. Hopefully we'll get that done. That was a fun project that I like to finish. Oh no, didn't want to do that. Yep, so villagers are in there. I'm going to make a chest over here so I can put down some of these materials. What else? Oh, super hostile. Yeah. I'm still planning on finishing that, but what happened, I think I posted 3 episodes of it, and then I stopped. This isn't because I had any desire to stop or anything like that. It's just I was getting lazy with the editing and didn't edit it soon enough. So I have got some videos lying around that need to be edited and uploaded, and once I do that, I'll start continuing it. But yeah, I haven't done much there. I don't know how much people were enjoying that series, but I was having fun with it most of the time. A lot of deaths. I hope it won't get too bad. Just a little spoiler, I die a lot more, though that's probably no surprise. Oh, I just noticed that's actually kind of a nice effect if it would connect there, but anyway. Yeah, die a lot more in the Super Hostile series, but that's for another time. You'll see that if you watch. And I may start editing those videos and posting them up again soon. But anyway, let's start building this. So, this time the village we want off the ground so that we can drop the iron golems down and kill them. I'm thinking we want at least 3 so that we can move them. So 4 blocks, right? So they'll drop down the hole and then they'll have 3 blocks of clearance. And we'll move them a little bit into some lava so they don't try to swim up somewhere over here. Something simple to do to kill them. And it'll be quick, and maybe we can even AFK here or something. Make quick use of the iron golem farm in the future. But yeah, 3 by 3 hole in the center, and we'll have all of the water streams pointing to this hole. I am not certain about. Let me count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. I think. I hope this lines up as I want. This is sort of modeled after the one on the server, on JL's server. Oh, dang it. Didn't mean to fall down here. I hear skeletons. Actually, my sounds are probably kind of low. Let me turn that up. Oh. I figured out why my chunks were having issues. So I don't know what happened here, but I saw the other day my performance setting was on power saver mode. And I don't know if it changed when I updated or something, or maybe I changed it and forgot to change it back. But usually I'll either have it on normal, or rather balanced, or max FPS. Max FPS obviously will render everything faster than usual, or the fastest possible. Not faster than usual. If you keep it there, it will be the usual. But yeah, as fast as possible. So that's what I usually use, and for some reason I just wasn't using it. So my mistake there. I thought it was the game, but it was just me being careless and not actually checking my video settings because I thought they had saved. So yeah, figured out what that chunk loading issue was, and hopefully won't run into it again. All right. So the idea behind this particular build. So last time we just built a thing, put doors on it, and let them run around. Can't quite do that this time because we don't want them getting to the water in here. We have to have water. This will be the edge. The doors will be... did I think about this carefully enough? Oh yeah, this should be fine. Okay, so I'll put the doors on these blocks, and then put a block in front of those. And so I'll have one space where the villagers can walk around, and I'll extend it all the way around so they can walk around in a ring. And I think that will be okay. I hope it will be okay. So this is sort of also another experiment. I'm trying to trap the villagers in here without having them glitch through the walls. One wide space might be a little tough, but I think it'll be okay because there's a lot of room for them to actually move. And shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully it won't be a problem. Yeah, I think I'll be right. I brought a bed this time as well, so I can actually sleep here and not have to worry about. Ooh. What's that noise? Oh, that's the iron golem. Sounded like someone was climbing a ladder. To me, anyway. Yeah. I think even with the one wide space, well, not quite one wide because of the door, but even with that small space, I think it shall be okay. Yep. I'll have the roof on top of this block as well. So, first thing I'm going to do, lay out the floor here, and then put a ring around, attach the doors, and I might go ahead at that point, send the villagers up here because it should be enclosed by that point, and they shouldn't jump down. Then I'll attach the village, or start building up the village by actually making the doors village doors. Speaking of which, learned some information about villages. Last time, sort of gave you a false report. It's not really false what I said. It is, well, okay, let me explain. The details about village sizes, the village radius, the minimum radius is 32, and it does go out to the furthest door. So if you have doors in your village that go beyond that 32 meter radius, the radius will expand to meet them. But the distance that it checks for another village is 32 meters, or rather, the distance that a door has to be added to a village is 32 meters further than that radius. So even though the minimum radius is in fact 32, it will, if you have a radius of 32, look for doors to add to the village in a radius of 64. Obviously, if you've watched some of my other videos, you probably realize I learned quite a bit more about villages, learned how to make some pretty amazing ones. The ones by Tango Tek and 101M. Dang it, I forgot his name exactly, but I'll probably mention them in the description here because pretty neat villages. I don't think I'll be using them in survival just because they're so difficult to set up. Well, they're not really difficult to set up, but just because they're a bit of a challenge to set up, I probably won't use them here. But maybe, we'll see. I've got spawn chunks set up that should support them nicely, so it's possible that I could make use of them. Yeah, lots new information about villages. If you're curious about how villages work or anything like that, it's really, really simple. The doors get added to the villages pretty much as soon as they're placed. It runs on a loop for the world. The world is constantly keeping this list of villages open, and if you place a door and a villager sees it and activates the door, I guess you could say, it will say, let's see if we can add this door to a village. It will look at all the villages, find the one that's closest. If the closest one, if the door is within the closest one's radius plus 32 meters, then it will go ahead and add that village to, or that door to the village. If there are no doors or are no villages within that range, then it will create a new village, and that's basically how it works. Now, the villages, if you've watched Tango Tek's video or my other videos, village updates in the order that they were added to this list, so you can actually see them. You can predict which village will pick up which door if you have multiple villages contesting for a single door, stuff like that. It's a pretty cool thing. Though those, dang, I'm probably gonna need more Kabo here. Those super stacked villages, the ultra compact villages, and really densely stacked ones, they're a lot of fun to build, but very fragile. If you introduce a door in the wrong place, well, it's mostly breaking doors that causes the problem, but depending on what you do, you can't really place or break doors nearby if there are villages that can see, or villagers that can see them, because yeah, it can break your system, which of course you wouldn't want. But a lot of fun. Oh, the reason, in case you're curious, why those village systems can break is probably not because the villages unload, actually. It sounds a little weird to put it that way, but the villages are actually always loaded. Just a little lesson, Minecraft lesson for you guys today. Villages are always loaded by the game. They don't become unloaded, but the doors do. And well, the doors technically don't either, but the blocks with the doors and the blocks with the villagers that can see the doors do. So the villagers are constantly keeping these doors active, right? They see a door within range, and it gets set up as active. But this isn't always the case. Oh, hold on a moment. Phone call. Alright, sorry about that pause. What was the topic? Right, so it's not always the case that the doors will stay loaded. And what I mean isn't stay loaded technically. What I mean is stay active. So the doors are constantly being checked. They're always loaded. But with the villagers not being loaded, because the chunks can be unloaded, the villagers get unloaded as well, the doors can expire. And when they expire, the villagers drop the doors. So what's basically happening is the doors leave the villages, and then the villages see that there are no doors left, so the villages disappear. Then, when you move back in range, the chunks load, the villagers reactivate the doors, and they say, oh, we can put a village here, and there's a village. So you get a new village where you used to have old villages set up. So that's the problem with those stacking methods. But this is, of course, resolved at the spawn, because the villagers will always be loaded, always looking at the doors. So you shouldn't have any issues if you build those stacks at the spawn. Hopefully, ideally. And I better put lights under here before it gets dark. Would be bad to get swarmed by whatever swarms at night. I'll just put it randomly. There's no particular need to be careful about torch placement up here. Oh, speaking of torch placement, need to place some torches on the inside as well. Yeah, okay. This will be filled with water though, at some point, so should be okay. How am I? Oh yeah, can do the corners with higher water streams. Where did I stop? Oh, over there. Yep. Alright, so I'll quickly build up all these walls. Maybe I'll time-lapse it or something. Something to show what I've been doing here, so enjoy. Alright, so let's see. Now the question is, should I put on the doors first? Just go around and put the doors here, and then put the thing behind them. Also, I'm thinking that this won't work. I might have to replace this with slabs, but I'm not certain yet. I can always try it out. So the doors have to have an uneven number of blocks on either side. I don't know if it's the block above. Like, I don't know if it's here or down here. I don't know what level it is. I just know it has to be an uneven number. So not completely certain about that, but I think this should be okay. I hope. We'll try it out. I'll go ahead and start making doors, I guess, and placing them up here. So the idea is I'll just place them around like this, and the villages should connect because they're all like the village should connect with its center there. All the doors around. So once again, speeding up, making doors, putting doors down, and we'll see how long it takes. Shouldn't be too long though. Oh no, okay, so I'm short by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 doors. Well, luckily there are lots of trees nearby, so I'll just grab some. Ooh. Keep hearing those spiders. Kind of annoying. Just grab some trees. I have 5 planks already, so I just need 7 logs here. Might as well take out this entire tree for good measure. Don't want to leave it half completed. Oh wow, taller than I expected. Alright. So I've got more than enough wood now. That looks kind of funny. I hope this works out. It should be okay though. Oops, that's not a crafting table. Let's use up these. There we go. 5 doors. Perfect. So we can finish this off. So now, now that it's set up a little bit, you can probably see what I'm thinking. Just have the villagers in here, because there'll be a block above, they can't jump out. Yeah, I hope this works. I didn't think about what to do in the corners here. I want them to be able to walk around. I don't want them to jump out, so I'm thinking... oh, right, there'll be a block there. It'll be fine. Okay, never mind. Not thinking. So, yeah. Door, 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 door. Ender pearl, door. Duck, duck, goose. So, everything is pretty much set up. Just have to make these doors actual village doors. Put the actual villagers in the village. Do I have any more cobble over here? Because if not, I'm going to need to grab some more of that as well. Because I don't think I have enough to go around that 2 more times, which is what I need to do. Oh yeah, plenty. Plenty of cobble. Excellent. Noisy. Playing with their doors. I really like the inventory feature where you can press a number and grab the stuff, but it's much more useful and creative. Because it's just easier to take the number that you want of the stacks. Whereas in survival, or you don't have to have stacks, rather, in creative, but you do in survival. That's what I mean. Yep. I think this should work. I really hope this works. Well, not this, but after I put this up, I'll put another ring around on the inner part. And it's time to sleep again. Hearing so many mobs below, but I don't know where they are. I guess there's a cave. Caves all over this area underground, just below the surface. A little annoying. It's alright though. Something like this, probably in there, running all the way under the thing. What a wonderful place I picked, huh? It's not too bad though. Do I still have my carts on me? Or not carts, tracks, yes. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, okay. This should go all the way around. Yep. Guess I can start there. Right, so the numbers are very convenient for a lot of things, but I only use the first 5 keys here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, most of the time. Usually for the ones that are further over here, I'll scroll with the mouse wheel, so it's easy for me to miss. Like you saw before, I pressed the wrong button and switched out my underpearls. It happens when I tried to get used to this new system, but I should be using these I screwed that one up. I should be getting used to this using the number row anyway, because it's a lot faster than scrolling and a lot more accurate if you're good at it. Oh, this is messed up as well. Why did I do that? Silly me. Oh, this one too. I only got one right. Fail. This would work as well, but it's in the Iron Golem area. Well, the Iron Golem area isn't this big. It should be fine. But what I was noticing on JL's server is that sometimes, even with a supposedly big enough area, it's supposed to be a 15 by 15, 7 in each direction from the center, 15 by 15, but I was noticing that it still sometimes messes up. I'm not sure why. Also, I think this should be one lower, but it's a little late. It's alright then. I kind of forgot about that. Anyway, this should be good enough for villagers to start breeding. Assuming they... Yeah, it looks like they're already recognizing that as a village. What is up with this? Oh, those are remnants from the stairs. Let's take those out. Or, I could be wrong. They could just be looking at each other with no intent of making more villagers. Regardless, gotta set up a pathway now to get them up there. Do something like that. This is going to be fun without powered rails. Let's do it this way. So they'll come in, they'll be dropped down in here, I'll break their cart, I'll put the next one in, and then I'll just shove them in here and hopefully be able to lock them into the actual space there. It's a tiny space, but I think I can manage it. So let's do it like this. Let's see if we can grab the villagers now. Maybe I should have brought another cart. Oh, I guess that will work. Ah, dang it. Right, go up. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Do not go down this hole. Actually, I want to block this hole. Mostly. I'll leave that open. I think this is alright. Oh. Nope. Oh. Ah. Villager stuck. On track. Up. Ah, well, that's good. Oh, he came out. Ah, I should have blocked it off. What an idiot. You're not supposed to come out. Okay. Not. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh. Scared me. Dummy. Let's go. Come on. Almost there. You can do it. Alright, now it's time to get these guys inside of here. Hopefully I can just keep them from moving long enough to block them in. Oh. Don't breed yet. I don't want you to breed yet. Okay. There we go. And now I can open this up, and they shouldn't get up. Oh, you know what? This is potentially a problem. What about the little villagers? Oh, and they could probably glitch in through here too. Well, we'll see what happens. They should fill up. Anyway, they are self-replenishing, so should be alright. Yep, but this is going to take a while, obviously, because, you know, it takes a while for them to read. So, I'm going to just skip ahead to when they've completely filled in. There's already the baby running around, which will probably be a few hours, but I will see you then. actually, I can go ahead and set up the water now too. So let me grab a bucket, because we'll want that. Grab our water bucket, and we can start filling in the top as well. Or filling in the water as well. Have to protect against zombies. Well, I'll figure out the lighting situation on my own. But water. So, for the water, we can place a source block here, and then break that block. This will get the corners, or prevent the corners from becoming source blocks, basically. And that's the idea. That's what I'm going to try to do. But, time to sleep again. So, be right back. Alright, so I've got one source in here already. I'm just going to make an infinite spring and go around the edge and set up all the water streams. Also set up the corners as well. So, items won't flow, obviously, as you can see, but iron golems will, because they're definitely tall enough to fit. And if I go around the edge completely... I missed that one. Yeah, if I go around the edge completely, like so. This should pretty much line up with the middle there. Hopefully the corners won't be or the not the corners. Corners obviously won't be a problem, but the intersection from this side and this side won't be a problem. Hopefully it doesn't create any dead spots and it just flows that way. That's what I'm worried about, but like I said, I don't think it will be a problem. I can put one here as well, right? And 2 sides done. So let's take a look at that. Yep, perfect. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in all of these and let them breed, I guess. That's all there is left. Just the water and villagers filling in. Oh yeah, and of course the trap part that actually traps the iron golems and recovers their iron. But that is easy. Just need to get a little bit of lava and stick it on them. Pretty much. The simplest method imaginable for handling iron golems. Just boiling them or melting them in lava. Okay, cleaned up a little bit down here. You can see the drop. I'm just gonna block this off, so iron golems should drop down here, and then I can simply catch them in a water stream. Something like that. Not that. I guess it doesn't need to go this far. I'll block it off here or something. And then have little... Oops, no. This isn't right. I need to go one more. Right here. Right. And then I'll have the water... Well, not the lava. Or, dang it. Not the water, the lava. Lava come in here on the sides. And... one more out, like I said. Something like that. Maybe multiple streams, so that collecting the atoms is a little bit easier. Like... this. And... I can just stand here or something. Put a sign maybe. The iron golems would come in, I'll just stand here in AFK or something and pick up the iron. I don't know how I'll do it exactly. Something like that. Very simplistic. Nothing special at all kind of trap. So, just gonna let it run, or not let it run, let the villagers breed for a while, and I'll get back once they've, you know, hit their breeding capacity. So, see you in a while, once they've bred themselves to their heart's content. Okay, time for a little progress report. So, pretty much filled up this thing. I think there are about 25 or so villagers in here now. But as you can see, at night, there's a bit of a problem. They all bunch up in the corner here for some reason. Not really sure why. But, I guess that's just their nighttime behavior. During the day, they'll try to spread out, but it doesn't really work very well because of something I neglected, I forgot. These are blocks. They're doors, and the normal AI movement pathing doesn't recognize them as valid spaces to move, so the villagers actually only really move around when they want to go from one door to another, which means they don't wander properly. It's hard for them to actually spread out and go to all the doors evenly, which means it's quite possible for the doors in the far sides where the villagers are not to become disabled, and as a result they would become detached from the village, and the village center would move, and potentially we'd have iron golems spawning outside of the area. So, need to make some slight changes to this eventually, not now. This is of course just a prototype. As I said, the final version will be probably different from this even. I might test it out one more time with another village. I won't probably make an episode on that, just do it on my own. But yeah, the one thing I was thinking maybe we could fix it is during the day when they do spread out, break one of the doors and block it off. Or if I make this one block further out, then they'll have a room to move around and shouldn't have issues. Yeah, and also when they group up like this, they do this glitchy thing. I guess they could actually glitch through the wall or the floor here, but most of the time they're okay, and I think they should be alright. If they do actually go through, the problem will solve itself because we have a zombie party, and you know, you can actually hug these zombies because they don't track you. This guy over here, yeah, see, he escaped. Eventually he'll get killed by the zombies though, so it's not really a problem. So, whatever. I'll fix it in a later version. It's working pretty well though. I've already collected a few pieces of iron here. I actually used 6 to make the door, so 27 plus 2 for the... so 29 pieces of iron. Pretty short time. Zombie party. They're not gonna come after me. Because they're so focused on the villagers. But this guy will. So, yep. Pretty effective overall. Yeah, I'll just probably idle here for a while. Oh, you can see Golem getting burned. I just put a lava blade there. He gets burned, and his drops will just flow over to this corner. I removed the 3 water streams and just put one in the corner This is just for testing, of course. I would probably do it differently in the final farm. But I can just AFK there. Collect iron. Yep. Anyway, this is probably the end of this episode, but before I go, I wanted to ask a question. So I'm thinking about redoing my video on mob spawning, and wanted to know your opinion whether or not I should do a series of videos, of shorter videos, like 15 minutes each, or I should do another longer one and do like an hour-and-a-half video long. Thinking the series would be better, because it's a lot of work to look through a whole hour-and-a-half video to find exactly the part you want, and maybe a series would be more helpful with that, so thinking about doing a series. But anyway, I think that's all for this episode. Let me know your opinion on that. Let me know if you think this Iron Golem farm is alright. I'm planning on modifying it a bit as well to make it work better, but anyway, that's all. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.